All right. Can you ring the bell, Mary Jane? Good morning, Rotarians.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Everybody hear me? Thumbs up? Oh, that's all right. Can everybody hear now? All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Looks like we have a few visitors that we'll introduce here in a couple minutes. But first off, I'm going to start us out with a prayer, and then we'll join each other in the pledge. Thank you so much for bringing us together this morning, virtual and in person. Thank you for all the good that's happening in the world by people like everyone gathered here today. Thank you for the students that we're honoring today and everything that you've done for them. Be with us as we go through the rest of our weeks and bless our time together. In your name, amen. All right, and then we want to join each other in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, good morning. Again, thanks for joining us. I think this is our favorite Tuesday of the month. We're celebrating our students today. We do have we have another club joining us today, so I'm not sure who's here from the other club and who's here for Student of the Month. So we're going to go ahead and just get started with Student of the Month and C&E. If we can start with you, Mr. Glassmeyer, that would be awesome.
Good morning. Thanks again for having us. And Seth, I agree. This is my favorite Tuesday of the month because I get to recognize one of my amazing, amazing students. And today is no exception with our senior, Lauren Best. Before I begin, I want to thank Mr. Nuri and Mr. Johnson from the Rotary for being here with us today to help honor and recognize Lauren. Lauren is an incredibly hardworking and talented young lady. She is a leader who advocates for her teammates and the program she's involved in. She cares deeply about her classmates, teammates, and wants to make her school and community a better place. She is very well-rounded, and I'll talk about the different things she's involved in a minute. She has varied interests, but all have a common theme, and that's giving back and helping others. And I know that's something her parents, John and Julie, who are here with us, have instilled in her because they are some of our biggest supporters through our educational foundation and our athletic programs. Lauren is the president of the Future Farmers of America. She has been involved in soccer, basketball. She is a member of Student Senate. And outside of school, she is involved in Young Life, and she teaches swim lessons. We have been incredibly blessed and lucky to have Lauren with us over the last 4 years. I know she is going to do great things in her future. So, Lauren Best.
Thank you, Mr. Glassmeyer. Thank you so much for this honor. It's such an honor to be here. My future plans, I'm going to go to Christ College of Nursing and pursue a degree in Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So, thank you. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Well, good morning, Lauren, and thank you for what you do for your school and for your community. And before we get started, would you like to introduce your guest with you this morning?
Oh, yes. This is my dad, John. That's my mom, Julie, and that's my sister, Julie.
I'm just so glad they're all here today, and I'd like to thank you for setting the bar high for this amazing young lady and for setting such an example for her to achieve what she's achieved. And Rotary, I don't know if you know much about Rotary, but I'm going to take my mask off, if that's okay.
That's okay.
Rotary is a service club, and we do very much the work you've been doing the last 4 years. We try to help our community and make it a better place we know we can't do that by ourselves, so we're very grateful for people like yourself that get out there and improve the community and improve your school. Very unique times we're living in.
Yeah.
Very unique times for you. First of all, your name. I mean, what an appropriate name for the Student of the Month recipient. You know? And we always say the students of the month are the best of the best. And you're a perfect example of that.
Thank you.
There's only 9 a year, so you should feel very honored to be one of those 9. And very unique time in your life, because a chapter in your life is ending here in a month or 2, and a new chapter will be beginning. And I'm sure you'll be just as successful in your new chapter as you've been in the past chapter. And it's important, you know, you always have to work on leadership, as you probably know.
Yeah.
And you have to just keep grinding and grinding. And we appreciate what you do and what you've done for your community. Mr. Glassmeyer mentioned you're been a leader, and that's commendable, but to be a leader this past year is even more commendable. It's very, very difficult to lead during the pandemic, as we all know. And yet, I'm sure you've probably stepped up a notch. And we appreciate you taking it to a level that others are unwilling or unable to go to do that. Because again, everyone benefits, and people will benefit at the school years from now because of your work. So again, from the Rotary Club, which is a service club, thank you for all you do sincerely. And this morning we have a Scholastic Achievement Award for you. And you can hang on to that. We have a flash drive, that has always come in handy. We have a gift certificate for $50 to Olive Garden.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think it's good at other restaurants that are owned by the Garden Group. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Rotary Honor Cord, which Students of the Month wear at graduation. So I hope you will be as proud to wear it as we are to present it to you.
Thank you so much.
Again, congratulations. Thank you for what you've done. Best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Glassmeyer. Congratulations, Lauren. And then Mr. Derrickson, are you ready to take it away for Batavia with Summer Stiff?
Yes, good morning. Thank you. So I had the honor this morning of presenting to you a student that I've had for 4 years. I don't ever recall a time where Summer wasn't smiling and happy, and it's just a joy to have in our school. She is a leader on several sports teams here at Batavia. I'll let her tell you about that. Serves our community very well, but I won't steal any of that thunder. I'll let you tell them about it and her future plans. So without further ado, Summer Stiff.
Hi, I'm Summer. First off, I'd like to say thank you. This fall, I plan to attend the University of Cincinnati and major in special education and hopefully coach in my future. Like Derrickson said, I've been the captain of my varsity soccer and basketball team. So, yeah, that's all I got really. I wasn't really prepared for this.
Well, Summer, my name is Mike Rodriguez, and I don't know that I want to emulate the same thing as Mr. Nuri did so eloquently today, but you do have some special guests with you today.
Yeah.
You want to share with us who you have with us today?
My mom, Lisa, and my dad, Colin.
Well, welcome this morning, Mr. Stiff. I know you're very proud. You know, Summer's a senior, will be graduating in May, and we've been excited to have her here at Batavia. You know, as myself being involved in the community here at Batavia, we're excited to see our young people grow in their leadership roles, and I'm sure that's been instilled in her by you guys, you know, through the years. And you model for her, you know, how you want her to live her life as a young adult, and then as she carries on those tasks throughout whatever her career math, maybe, and you mentioned special education. That is dear to my heart. I have a special needs sister who is now a special needs adult, and so I understand the trials and tribulations sometimes. So it takes a special person, a person with an ability to understand and be respectful, as well as be a leader in that role, but to have empathy and compassion. So you're going to need that and kindness in that role. So I admire you for that choice, and I'm sure you will do very well in that. As you've done the rest of your leadership role here at Batavia High School. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we wish you well in those endeavors. I'm sure you're a smart student, so you probably know what you're getting. We do have this Scholastic Achievement Award for summer, as well as a liver report. And then you also will receive a $50 gift card to the Olive Garden, as well as other garden restaurants that you choose. And then we also have the Rotary Encores, so that you can wear at graduation.
Thank you.
Summer, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations to both Summer and Lauren. Thing that they already said about you, we commend you on. So I think everybody, you guys are welcome to stay on for the rest of our meeting. We have another club joining us as well, but if you need to get back to school duties, now would be the time. And thank you, Ed and Michael, for presenting there in person. We appreciate that. All right. So moving on, we do have a few visitors with us today virtually. We got 7 of us here in person, and then can you switch the view, Brandon, so I can see all the. That's all right. Perfect. Thank you very much. All right, and then yeah, actually we lost a couple visitors, it looks like, but Janine Bach. Welcome to Batavia Rotary. Thanks for joining us. I'm assuming you're from the Byesville Club, correct?
Wait a minute. I'm from the Cambridge Club.
You're from the Cambridge. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Awesome. And then, well, welcome. Thanks for joining. And then Wendy Elliott, you're with us today as well.
Hi, I also am from the Cambridge Rotary Club.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining. We appreciate that. Well, we'll go through, I think we're still waiting on a few other people from a different club. So we'll go through a few of our agenda items, if you guys don't mind. And then we'll jump into further introductions and everything once we get a few more visitors that we're expecting. So let's see, going through the list here, we have quite a bit to cover. We'll try to do it a little bit speedily, since the second half of the program is going to be taken up, I think. But first announcement, we talked 3 weeks ago, I guess, about our biggest fundraiser of the year, our golf outing. Typically we do that beginning of the summer. This year we are moving it. It is going to be September 15th at Elks Run Golf Club, so which is the standard where it is every year. The date is just going to be moved though. And then format is still being worked out, but we're going to be moving, instead of a shotgun start, excuse me, instead of a shotgun start at noon, there's going to be tee times throughout the day. So looking forward to that format. I think it's going to open things up, and Alan's been doing a great job at organizing that. We do still need volunteers. Historically, Brandon has been the kind of chair and person that takes that on. This year he is taking a step back and is not able to do that job. So we do need one or several people to step up and take that role. So yeah, several people is what it's going to take. Brandon's been doing the work of 10 men or women. 20. Yeah. So Brandon's been doing a lot of work for the last several years. And how many years has it been going on?
This will be our 14th
14th annual golf outing that Brandon's been organizing. We do need a team of people to take that on from him, though. So we have a lot of the groundwork laid already. Brandon has all the contacts, just not the time to make those contacts, but will be with us every step of the way, and whoever volunteers. So if you are interested in helping, we've had several people. Shane, we appreciate you stepping up. I know Vic has volunteered for a few different things and several others, but we do need to create a committee that's going to really take this head on alongside with Brandon. He's going to do all the training for future. So if you're interested in that, I think Alan is the point person as of right now. He is not the chair. We're making that very clear. Alan is graciously our president-elect, and we're looking forward to having him. But so he's not going to be the chair for the golf outing, but he is the point person for right now. So if you're interested, contact him. Other news around the district, we are holding the district conference is virtual this year. It is free registration, and an added bonus, if you sign up and get registered by the 10th, you get a free t-shirt. So go ahead on to the DACDB website and get registered for that. I don't have the date for that. Mac, do you know?
I do. It will be April 23rd and 24th. The 23rd is a Friday, and it will be from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and resumes again on Saturday, April 24th, and runs from 9 to 11. They've put a very good agenda together. I think it's going to be just a good experience. So encourage everybody to attend.
And do you know the format of that? Is it going to be just watching a presentation, or are they going to do different breakout sessions? I know typically with district conferences, there's a lot of mini sessions that you do with smaller groups. Do you know if they're going to do any of that?
They're going to send out the final agenda soon, and I won't speak to it yet because they're tweaking things.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. I appreciate that. So again, get registered by the 10th for a free t-shirt, and then the 23rd and 24th is the actual event. Free registration. We'd love as many Rotarians there as possible from the Batavia Club and Cambridge Club. So keep that on your radar, and I'll announce that again in a couple weeks as well. Is there a last date, like a deadline that you have to meet to get registered, or can you do it up until day of?
I haven't seen a deadline. I'm not exactly sure on that. I know there's a deadline for the free t-shirt that will be mailed to the registrants of April 10th, right?
Yeah, that's the 10th. So.
Yeah. And are you going to mention the upcoming international convention, which is open for registration?
I will let you announce that for me, Mac.
Okay. You know, it's really neat to have international conventions, and I've been on some large Rotary calls. One most recently had almost 1,000 attendees from 50 different countries, and they did such a great job of it. Well, we're going to have a virtual international convention this year on June 12th through 16th with different programming on different days. So registration is open. I think there's a small fee for it. I'm going to say $20. I could be wrong. At any rate, look for that. You can go to myrotary.org. If you don't have an account there and need some help with that, one of us can help you, I'm sure, get in and get registered. Again, the 12th through the 16th of June. Put that on your calendar. This is a good way to experience an international convention virtually.
Great. Thank you, Mac. Appreciate that. I did not have that on the agenda, so that's great information. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind standing.
I had a note from Greg Berkemeyer, who is our district governor, and the district event does sound really interesting. I'm Alan, by the way. They said Friday will be a fun event with radio style event with music, trivia, and a keynote speaker. Friday is a BYOB virtual event too. Saturday morning includes 4 Rotary talks, including Kim Forster, who was sponsored by the Rotary Club of Centerville and District 6670 for a Rotary Foundation global grant to attend the London School of Economics for International Studies. She will be sharing how the grant has helped further her work in Lawyers Beyond Borders and working against human trafficking. Saturday's event will also include keynote speaker Rotarian Brad Howard. I think the interesting thing about, besides the speakers, is that this is going to be a Ohio-wide district event. It's not just going to be 6670. It's going to be several different districts together. So that should be kind of interesting, kind of like what we're doing right now with Byesville, where we're going to see what other people are doing.
Awesome. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that. I think a few people just joined us. We're going to wrap up just a few club announcements, and then we'll go through and kind of do some introductions and talking points. So next announcement, pass the gavel. So Alan is the president-elect. We're going to pass the gavel on June 29th and in form of a barbecue this year. So I think that's the next month with 5 Tuesdays. So right now we're meeting on the first and third Tuesday of every month, and the month with 5 Tuesdays in it, we're going to do either a social service project, something along those lines is the plan moving forward. So if I'm not mistaken, I think June 29th has 5 Tuesdays, correct? So this is going to be our social, and we're going to do the pass the gavel at Rotary Park here in Batavia. So we're looking forward to that. Golden Rule, we still need to iron out the details, but Golden Rule is going to be doing a barbecue catering event for us. So put that on your calendars. We'd love as many people. I don't know that it's going to be possible to have a virtual option. We are going to be outdoors and able to social distance pretty well there. So please come, put it on your calendars for an in-person. I doubt we'll have a virtual option there. So would love to see as many people for the Pass the Gavel, welcoming Alan in. Alan's also been doing some research, and I'll let you say something on this as well. He's been working with Union Township and has some good ideas. Actually, we won't get into that too much in the weeds, but Union Township has summer concerts that Alan has some good ideas to maybe set up a booth to spread Rotary and what we do around the community. So looking forward to that as well. The Rotary 4-way test is being held virtually this year. We are looking forward to that, I believe, and Nicole and Michael Chapman's still on as well. I don't see him. Oh, he is there. I believe we have students from both Batavia and CNE that are going to be participating. Is that accurate?
We're working on it.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate it. Nicole, any word from Batavia?
I have not been able to connect with anybody from over there, so it's just not something I have been able to do.
Okay, no problem. If I can help out, let me know, but that is going to be, I have it right here. I thought I did. Oh, apparently I don't have the date for that, but that is virtual. And hopefully we're going to be able to participate in that. Instead of, they're just going to be presenting or entering videos of themselves giving speech instead of a live event via Zoom. So. Lastly, I believe for our club announcements, we had talked about, obviously for the people here in person, we usually have breakfast. Carol has been, instead of providing us breakfast, she's been providing lunches on Thursdays, I believe, on every other Thursday, or the first and third Thursday of the month, to Claremont Community Services. So I believe that's going well. I talked with her a few weeks ago, and I think that's been a blessing to those. Thanks to Nicole I think it was Nicole's idea to turn that into a service project that the club can help out with instead of us having breakfast here in person. So thanks for that. All right, with that, I think that's all.
And Seth, can I tell you that on the 4-way test speech contest, participants are going to upload their videos, and they're going to have a panel of judges like they always do. They just won't be sitting there in person in front of the students in front of them. But the videos should be uploaded by April 25th. So that's the time frame, and then shortly thereafter, judging will start.
Awesome. So that's 3 weeks from yesterday, is when they need to be uploaded then.
Seth?
Yes, Vic.
Okay. I was going to make mention too, if this is okay time to do it, for Farmers to Families, still continue through the month of April. And we invite all of you club members to come by. It normally starts at 4 o'clock, but for club members, you can come at 3 o'clock and pick up, box to 4 boxes to 10 boxes of food for people around you. Some of you have come by and have been able to share with that, but we have 1,200 boxes of food for Farmers to Families. That'll be at 555 Techno Center Drive in Milford at the home office of United Church of God. So we really welcome you to come. They go pretty fast after 4 o'clock. Sometimes we finish by 4:30, but I'd like to invite you to come to that.
Thanks, Vic. It's every Thursday, 3 o'clock for Rotarians, 4 o'clock otherwise. So yeah, and it is a great program. I know it's been going on for quite some time, and we'll include the flyer in the weekly minutes for the meeting as well. So all right, it looks like Chuck, it looks like you joined us.
I know, I'm trying.
You're unmuted now.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're here. The group has gathered. We've got our technology worked out. We're ready to work together here. Sounds to me like you have a lot of programs going on similar to what we do, but a lot of it's for the past year have been put on hold. The one major program we've continued is a food basket program around Christmas. And this year was particularly unusual. We had so much need, it grew probably by about 25–30%. And we didn't have the time and the type of fundraisers that we could normally have. Most of the fundraisers we do around our food basket program is a breakfast type meal, and that was unacceptable in the community. So we did some other things, but what basically happened for us was the community itself stepped up, and we were able to start a GoFundMe site, and the GoFundMe site created almost $2,000, $1,500–1,600. And then on top of that, we did several other grants. We got a CARES grant from the city or village, and that gave us a big boost. And then also we did some face-to-face dollars, what we call stuffed Santa stocking. And so we stand on the street corner and ask for donations, and that turned out a little bit better than normal. So we came out, frankly, very good after our Christmas basket program financially, and we're able to also feed about 200 families, a little over 200 families, and basically manage that program, even though we weren't able to do what we normally do. We're looking forward now to a golf outing, which is our traditional activity surrounding our scholarship program. We have agreed this year to double our scholarship monies. We've been putting together a foundation which has worked for the last 15 years or so, building itself, building the money associated with it. And so now we think we're in a position to be able to draw from that foundation and increase our scholarships. The golf outing is kind of one of those things you again, just not sure how it's going to turn out. It's not so much that you can't play golf. The golf is the easy part. But the donations that come from the community, we're a little sensitive to that because the community is hurting from the virus. So we're kind of trying to be sensitive to that activity. Traditionally, we also do a health fair, but we're having trouble reestablishing that after the virus here, and we're working on that. So those are the major programs. Have I missed any? Those are the major programs that we do annually.
Sounds
and
awesome. Would you mind going in a little bit more in depth? What does the health fair entail?
We do a 1-day blood donation, not donation, but blood, what is it called? Blood draw. What we call a health screening event. And the local hospital takes that blood draw and goes and tests for 6, 7 different things in the blood. We also take blood pressure and things of that nature. This is primarily oriented toward people who don't have access to regular doctors, and we have a bunch of those. And the hospital has traditionally been very open to this and has helped us quite thoroughly with it. The hospital is under new management, and we're trying to reestablish that program. So, but this is a surprising moneymaker for us. It will get 200 or 300 people in that morning and do the blood draws, and you'll they pay a fee for that activity, and it is much lower than you'd have to pay if you went to the doctor's office, which is what most people like. But it actually ends up not being that expensive to run this program, so therefore it actually can make money for us.
That's a neat idea. That's interesting.
We got the idea from a club up north of us in West Lafayette about 15 years ago, 20 years ago now.
Gotcha. Well, seems like you're doing lots of awesome things. I think the concern around the golf outing, we've talked about that as a board as well. And we actually had some luck last year. We didn't have the golf outing and received donations that companies set aside for us each year anyway. And we just sent a letter and received some donations even though we didn't even have an event, which was a blessing. But I think maybe if whoever decides to chair our golf committee can get some ideas and share back and forth a little bit. So,
hey Seth, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Cambridge Rotary Club, is that Cambridge, Ohio?
Yep.
And district what?
6690.
6690. Okay. It's so exciting to have you guys on the call. It's really a neat forum here on Zoom. We probably couldn't do this in person because I think you're a distance away from us, but welcome.
Well, thank you for inviting us. It wasn't something that occurred to us to do, but as you say, it's very easy to do now with the technology once we figure out how to do it.
And you're a club of what, about 80 people?
No, we're Byesville, and Byesville is a suburb, a small town, a village south of Cambridge. Our club was established as an offshoot from Cambridge. Cambridge sponsored us, and Cambridge is the larger of the two clubs. Cambridge probably has about 70, 80 people in it. We have about 20, 25, and we've been here for 40 some years.
As I recall, the Byesville Club was famous for a chicken event, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was our major fundraiser during the summer. We would do a couple hundred chickens on Saturday morning, and we'd do it for a number of years. We did it every month during the summer for about 6 months in a row, and 5 months in a row. And it was labor. I mean, it's really hard work. And we got to a point where we couldn't manage that anymore physically. And so we sold that program to another group that now does it. We had tried everything with it. We did partnering with other nonprofit organizations. That worked for a while. We did a lot of activity, but those chickens are literally the recipe was well known within the community. And last Christmas, I got a phone call from somebody in the community saying they wanted the recipe. They wanted to give it to their husband for Christmas. It's just, you just shake your head. And we've been out of that business now for 5 or 6 years, 7 years, something like that. So I gave her the recipe. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But it's amazing how that sticks with the club. It was really, really a part of the community.
Yes, there are those of us who have been around longer who remember that. We had a club in this district that was doing a similar event for a number of years, but it got to be too labor intensive for the folks who are there. And there's a cautionary lesson for every Rotary Club in that one. When the event takes more effort than the results are worth, it becomes a problem to continue. There's no reason to continue doing things just because you've always been doing them.
Yes, but it is very hard to break that chain. I mean, you really feel a responsibility to the community to continue something. And I think we carried it about as far as we could take it, that's for sure.
If you don't mind, I would just like to introduce, we're from Cambridge Club. My name's Larry Parnell. I'm the president, and Janine Box, one of our members. Hi, Larry. So Byesville was kind enough to send us an invitation last night, so a couple of us decided to jump on.
Thanks for joining.
I didn't see you there, Larry. I missed that you were there with us. So
that's okay.
Hopefully I didn't say anything that stepped
You're the guest
too
speaker.
far out of bounds.
No, we appreciate you joining, Larry and Chuck. I think talking with Alan, I think what we wanted to do, and I think there's too many people to go around one by one, but maybe 2 or 3 people from each club that would want to volunteer and just mention kind of why they joined Rotary, what some of the favorite events are. Obviously, we've heard, what the Byesville Club is doing and what the major projects are each year. But if we want to kind of go around and just by volunteer, we won't call anybody out. But if anyone wants to say why they joined Rotary, what some of their favorite aspects of Rotary is, and projects that they've done in the past, might be good to share some ideas.
Since I'm off mute, I might as well.
Yeah, please.
Larry Parnell, I'm with Cambridge, presently the president of Cambridge Rotary. Janine Bach is one of our newer members. I joined Rotary, I don't know, 20 years ago. I was actually in Dublin AM Rotary for a long time and then moved to Cambridge. I joined it because I thought basically what they stood for and where the money went was a good thing. One of the things we've done in Cambridge is we've probably given almost $1 million to the local organizations here over the last 20, 30 years. And we're really proud of that. And we really want to focus a lot of that as well as the international pieces that we help as a community with all the members and all the different clubs. But locally, as Chuck said, there's a lot of need here. So we've spent a lot of time to find those needs and help support that over the years. We have our biggest fundraisers, a raffle. We have it's not what we call it, but the speed raffle. You buy tickets, you come, and after every 10th number, you get to pick a prize, and we give out $2,000 to the last prize. Our other fundraisers, 12 Days of Christmas, where we get donated gifts. We sell tickets for $5, and then every Wednesday for 12 weeks, we give away presents, and it whittles down from 12 to 1. And your last ones over the years has been you get 60 seconds to go to one of the local groceries and get all the food you can for 60 seconds. And it's free as long as you can, it's fast. So that's what we are. We've been lucky. We've expanded through the pandemic. We've added 6 to 10 members. We've lost a couple, of course, through the pandemic, but we've made up for that plus some. And we're told we're the largest group that's got the most new members this year. So yeah, we're pretty proud of that. So thanks.
That's awesome. I like the supermarket sweep fundraiser for the 12th gift. Anybody else want to volunteer?
I'll make a comment here.
Yeah, please.
I grew up in this area, in a small town north of Cambridge. Most of you won't even find it on a map. It's called Kimbolton. There's probably 300 people there when I grew up. There's probably 100 people there now. Small community. This area gave me everything as I was growing up. And so it was an emotional thing for me when I moved back here about 30 years ago, to find a way to give back to the community that gave me so much. So that's why I'm here. It's more of a service kind of thing for my own personal.
Thank you.
Anybody want to come up?
Hi, I'm Shanna Fair, and I partly joined the Rotary because I got volunteered to help with the chicken barbecues. So 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the barbecue up to twice, and I finally decided I might as well join the club. I joined the club for 2 reasons, or Rotary. One, I'm interested in contributing back to the community, and like most Appalachian communities, this has quite a few needs. And the second part I like about Rotary is this concept of reaching out beyond your own personal area thing. So I like being part of that, the bigger efforts that Rotary is doing. For example, the polio effort. And recently Chuck and I got involved in the Guatemala Literacy Project, which is an effort that is funded by Rotary to support education to students in Guatemala. It's self-sustaining. And when we went down there to see it, we met Rotarians from Canada and all over. So it was really, that part of Rotary I find really exciting, to be able to reach out beyond your own local community and feel like you're making an effect on a bigger area.
Awesome. Thanks, Shane. Any volunteers from Batavia? Jennifer?
I joined Rotary in 2012, and it was after some persuading from a person that my husband and I both dearly loved, and he ended up passing away. While he was here, obviously, he was like, you need to join, you need to join. And I'm like, go away, go away. But after he passed, I decided that that was my responsibility to join. And after I did, I realized how much I could help in giving back to the community. I feel like that the motto, service above self, speaks dearly to my heart. And I feel like that Rotary lives that and proves that in everything that we do. So it's giving back and service above self.
Hello, my name's Dennis Harding. I'm the chairman of the Christmas basket program that Chuck mentioned earlier. It's something we enjoy every year to help families out, to be able to, certainly at a time such as Christmas. I joined Rotary because it was asked to join by one of our past, he was our assistant district governor. So he asked me to join and found a lot of good people here and like helping out.
Hi, my name is Tony Reese. I've been with Batavia Rotary now since 2015. I was advised by my former boss, our former police chief, who was a member here, Terry Zinzer, that Rotary might be a good way to get involved in the community, to help my career out a little bit. Didn't know anything about Rotary at the time, and in the last 6 years, have really come to enjoy my experience with Rotary. Probably the two things I like the most is the camaraderie with our group, and just working with different people from the community that I've really gotten to meet here at Rotary and really gotten to enjoy their spending time with them. And then obviously just giving back to the community and so many of the wonderful projects that we do here at Batavia Rotary to help the community has been very personally rewarding to me. So it's been a good 6 years.
We'll do one more if somebody wants to go, and then I'll kind of wrap us up. We got about 10 minutes left and want to leave time for Happy Bucks.
Well, I'll try not to take up all 10 minutes.
You have 2.
I joined Rotary.
Oh, Peter, you muted yourself.
Oh, I thought somebody else might have done that out of pity for the group, but no, I joined in Cincinnati, 1978, and 2 weeks later got transferred to Tucson, Arizona. Wound up in that Rotary Club, 300-member club, monster. A few years later in San Mateo, California, a 160-member club. And when we came back to America from California 15 years ago, joined the Batavia Club, which is about 30 members. So you can see that I've been working my way down. However, even with a smaller club like Batavia and a smaller club like Byesville or whatever, I found that there is a considerable spirit that I wanted to be a part of and have been, as I say, for all of those years. A few years ago, the district scraped the bottom of the barrel and made me district governor for a year. And that was an experience as well with our 50 clubs and working with the other districts, including 6690, which has become our partner in a couple of things. The principles and the activities that constitute Rotary are really no different than they were when Paul Harris started it. No, I didn't know him personally. Really no different. It's a case of helping the community and developing ourselves as we do so. It has been the most rewarding, continuous experience of my life, and I hope that it will be of yours by the time you get to this stage in your lives.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate that. And then I'll kind of wrap us up. So I've only been in Rotary for just over 3 years now. Similar to Tony, it started, my manager made me come at the time and thought it would be a good thing for me. I had no clue what Rotary was, but you come once and you see the passion that the people have, and I think it really rubs off on you. In previous jobs, I've tried to do community oriented stuff, and they wouldn't pay me to do it, and they wouldn't kind of support the community around them. I'm lucky enough to work for a company that is very involved in the community, and just kind of spreading that to the Rotary, spreading that through Rotary has been great. And you stay for the people, the camaraderie, like Tony said. I think it's just something special. So now that I know what Rotary is and what it's all about, I don't see myself ever leaving. So hopefully it's always here, in the Batavia area. Claremont County is relatively new to me, still only lived here for 4 years, but it's fantastic. So appreciate the passion that people have. Yeah, Matt.
Seth, you mentioned knowing a lot about Rotary. Now, I want to point out that Rotary Leadership Institute helps that process. And Nicole's a proud graduate. I'm a proud graduate. I'm a facilitator. And I'm very proud to announce that our latest graduate from our club is Alan Shropshire. Outstanding student, and congratulations to Alan.
Congrats, Alan. Awesome. Well, I appreciate all of our guests joining us. I'm assuming you guys have something similar. We're going to go around and do happy bucks. And just kind of raise your hand or take yourself off mute, and we'll work through it if you want to give happy bucks to your club. I always say this: Batavia Rotary, we have multiple ways to give. Obviously, here in person, you can give through our website via PayPal, and then you can also just mail a check to Mary Jane, and we'll have that PO box in our minutes. So I'll go ahead and start us off. As always, happy bucks for Students of the Month. They always do a fantastic job. I think Michael Enriquez is picking up where Ed Nuri isn't able to be in 2 locations. So I appreciate Michael Enriquez. And Barb chauffeured, that's right, because of his arm. So thank you, Barb. Appreciate that. And all the, I think Len was out there as well, and Wayne. So we appreciate people supporting that. And then also happy buck. I got my first COVID shot vaccine last week. So slated for my second on the 22nd. I'm excited about that. So.
Anybody want to make a happy dollar comment?
Janine?
Yes, a big happy dollar. We're in the musical production of Shrek. And that was a really tough go. We initially wanted to put it on in February, and then our area kind of got hit with COVID, and people were quarantining and couldn't come to rehearsal and everything. So we decided to move it to April. So we're opening Friday night with kind of a cast that has morphed. People dropped out, people stepped in. We have an orchestra of 7. We tried to really keep that down. And so it's been a real exciting thing. For a year, we haven't had any rehearsals of any kind in instrumental or vocal. We were allowed to sing at church with masks on. So this has been a real exciting, happy time.
Awesome, thanks. Vic, were you going to say something? I thought I saw your hand go up.
Me? No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I actually have some, thank you. I have some happy bucks to turn in since I wasn't able to be there in February at our meetings, or in March. The beginning of March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. So we had our self-advocates were here watching a virtual awareness day from the State House. Usually we're in person there, but unfortunately we couldn't do that this year. Last year we were there, and then the next week the whole world shut down. So it was kind of important for us to be together. And then I just had a few health issues and was not available to come the second week. So I owe you some money. So I'll be sending that to Mary Jane. She'll be excited to accept my check that she'll charge me $150 for.
Well, it's great to see you again, Lisa.
This is Mac. I've got some happy bucks. First of all, for the Students of the Month, and also our visitors from 6690. How exciting. And this is a happy buck in some ways and some ways not. I've been involved on a lot of calls with different countries, 43 different countries, as we're trying to plan Rotary involvement in youth exchange. It was canceled last year, and we were looking forward to perhaps doing it again this year, starting in August through June of 2022. The world's a mess right now in COVID, And the good part of it being canceled for another year is that we're keeping the students and volunteers safe and protected. But there will be no youth exchange coming up this year.
Hey, this is Vic. Seth said, was I going to comment? And I said, no, well, actually, I can't comment, not at that very moment, but I just want to say happy bucks also. We'll donate through the PayPal. But I have really enjoyed hearing from the Cambridge Club, enjoyed the stories, even from our own club, about your involvement in Rotary, how you got started. I hope that we could maybe as a program sometime just kind of go around the table and have everybody tell a little bit about how they came into Rotary and what was the genesis of their membership and what outcomes have come from that. So that might be a very good thing to do. So anyway, it's been wonderful seeing the other club and being able to visit like this virtually. Probably couldn't even do it physically, but it was very nice to be able to see you today.
All right, we got time for one more.
Good luck with Shrek, by the way. That is not an easy thing to do.
We have a good Shrek. He looks just like him in costume.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No. He's a football player from Buckeye Trail, which is east of Cambridge, and he got a great voice.
It's the green skin that you have to wonder about, right?
That's right. All right. Well, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up.
Yeah.
We appreciate Chuck and your club being here. Janine, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your time. I think it was a great first experiment. If you have suggestions, we'd love to do it again. Like they said, like Vic said, maybe hear from a few more people of why Rotary is so impactful to them. I think that's good, just to hear different perspectives. So we appreciate all the guests joining. Don, even yours in the background there. We appreciate you bringing him along. All right, our next meeting is going to be on April 20th. We have Amanda Karleski with Caution for Kids presenting for us. So we're looking forward to that. And then unless there's any other orders of business, it's 8:31 and we'll finish off with the four-way test. Everyone join me, please. Of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Better
Fourth,
friendships.
will it be beneficial to all concerned?